We hear a lot about GLP-1 these days, but do we know how it works not only in the digestive system but also in the brain? My name is Monica Kuzminskaite. I'm a health and nutrition psychologist, and this is my podcast, Spoonful of Reason. And today we'll discuss semaglutide and all the other friends that are called GLP-1. GLP-1, or glucagon-like peptide 1, is a formal name. It is a hormone naturally produced in the gut that regulates glucose levels and energy balance. First and foremost, GLP-1 helps regulate appetite. The hormone acts on the hypothalamus and brainstem, specifically the arcuate nucleus and the nucleus of solitary tract. These areas stimulate neurons that generate feeling of satiety and suppress neurons that trigger hunger. And this causes food to remain in the stomach longer. In addition, many GLP-1 sensitive neurons, receptors, are located in the reward centers of the mesolimbic and mesocortical pathways, whose activity is inhibited by GLP-1, meaning suppressed. When eating high-calorie foods, the brain releases less dopamine before consumption, the so-called craving response, and suppresses the compulsive consumption of hyperpalatable, calorie-dense foods. Are you curious about the research being conducted on GLP-1 and food cravings, addictions, and other substances, and emotional regulation? Because this area for sure is very intensely researched. In 5 last years, observations using magnetic resonance imaging show that the semaglutide, the best-known GLP-1 agonist, as well as second-generation multi-agonists such as tirzepatide and retatrutide, significantly reduce reactivity to stimuli in the brain, specifically in the orbitofrontal cortex and amygdala. Study participants described this change as reduction in food noise, the constant background of intrusive thoughts about food, and an obsessive urge to eat. Preclinical models and observational data indicate that this inhibitory effect on the reward system is observed not only in response to food stimuli. People taking semaglutide also have a reduced desire for and consume less of alcohol, nicotine, and other stimulants, while glutamatergic and dopaminergic signaling returns to normal, so your nervous system settles down. Furthermore, large epidemiological studies have found that GLP-1 exhibits anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects, produces mild antidepressant-like effect, and reduces the risk of suicide. However, it is important to note that rapid weight loss can still cause short-term emotional fluctuations. Would you like to feel more mentally prepared before considering GLP-1 therapy? This is something that you might do. Monitor your body's condition and keep track of your emotional and physical hunger cues. These medications will suppress physical hunger, but not the emotional reasons for eating. You'll still need to deal with the latter on psychological level. Second, replace your sources of hedonistic rewards. Food often serves as primary source of dopamine and a coping mechanism. Find non-food related rewards such as creative hobbies, relationships, or regular exercise to prevent emotional emptiness from setting in once your physiological desire to eat subsides. Number 3, monitor changes in your mood. Don't overlook emotional numbness, blending, or affective depletion. Also, anhedonia, a psychological condition in which a person is no longer able to feel pleasure or joy from activities they previously enjoyed. Also, increased anxiety, especially when adjusting your GLP-1 dose or changing it. Also, be prepared for the possibility that you may not be able to keep up with the psychological changes as your body changes physically. Professional psychological support can help here. Work closely with a team of specialists, including a dietitian and the mental health professional. That's all I have today for GLP-1 topic. My name is Monica Kuzminskaite. I'm a health and nutrition psychologist. I write, I give lectures, and I provide psychological counseling. You will find the link to register for counseling session in a comment of each post, and you will find my posts on social media searching for either my name or keyword Spoonful of Reason. If you have any questions or comments, please drop me a message. Otherwise, wishing all of you peace.